Good evening, this is Robert Scribbler. It is July 31st, 2018. Thank you for joining me for another climate change and clean energy video blog. Now for this segment, I am going to provide for you a wrap-up of clean energy news for the day. But before I do, I'd just like to say that clean energy is a primary response to human-caused climate change. We literally can't effectively deal with the climate crisis without transitioning away from fossil fuel burning. And thankfully now, wind and solar and electrical vehicles and battery storage and a number of other emerging clean energy industries and technologies are enabling us to more and more rapidly transition away from fossil fuel burning. Now, a primary driver of the global transition to renewable energy has been continuously falling solar prices, solar panel prices. And what's driving the solar panel price fall is simply an increasingly large manufacturing chain, which has achieved a very positive learning curve for solar energy, meaning that as solar panel production is scaled up, the process becomes more efficient and less costly, and the price of panels just keeps going down. Now, much of this solar panel manufacturing boom has been driven by China. China sees solar panel manufacturing as a strategic interest and has provided various government loans and government seeding efforts for this clean energy industry infrastructure, which continues to grow. Now, last year, Donald Trump set a very high tariff on solar panels sent into the U.S. from foreign manufacturers, particularly China, and this 30% tariff, what it was feared would seriously dampen solar adoption rates in the U.S. because the U.S. home manufacturing was much smaller than foreign manufacturing, and it was unlikely that large manufacturing plants would spring up overnight. Given Trump's interest in supporting dirty fossil fuel-based industry, this anti-clean energy policy should not come as too much of a surprise. But what is interesting is that China has responded in such a way that is about knocked off 50% of the tariff impact and greatly reduced overall solar panel costs around the world. So in June, according to this Reuters report, China announced changes to its solar incentives, and as a result, solar module prices have dropped 12% globally as a large glut of solar panels has appeared on the market. And this is good news for any industry in the U.S. that is seeking to build a large solar power station, or people who are interested in rooftop solar, or anyone who wants to install solar. So it appears that manufacturing and the positive learning curve for solar is winning yet again. Now, moving on to other news, Tesla, which is a primary clean energy industry leader in the West, is expected to release its second quarter results tomorrow, and this is a pretty big deal. Tesla is involved in a massive ramp up of Model 3 production, and so everyone's going to be looking at how well Tesla performed in the second quarter, although we do have some indicators, and one of the major indicators is that Tesla was able to achieve a significant increase in total electrical vehicle production in the second quarter due to reports that we have already received. And it's likely that net revenue as a result will have continued to climb. Gross revenue as a result will have continued to climb through the second quarter. The big question is, how much profits was Tesla able to achieve off of this vehicle production surge? We don't expect Tesla profits to be net positive in the second quarter, but Tesla is aiming for profitability in the third and fourth quarter, and so we'll certainly be looking at second quarter results as a potential springboard for that. Also, looking at Tesla, production at the Tesla Gigafactory in Nevada is presently surging. Average production at the Gigafactory at the start of the year to the middle of the year has been at a rate of 20 gigawatt hours per year, but Panasonic is looking to further expand Gigafactory 1 production to around 35 gigawatt hours per year by the end of this year. And that would be enough to effectively support annual electrical vehicle production by Tesla in the range of 500,000 electrical vehicles per year. Of course, Tesla is presently ramping its Model 3 production and is aiming at around 6,000 electrical vehicles produced per week in just the Model 3 production line by August, and possibly around 7,500 Model 3s produced per week by the end of the year. And looking into 2019, potentially around 10,000 Model 3s produced per week. If it does achieve that, that would be a major achievement of Tesla's mass electrical vehicle production goals. Of course, Tesla also produces the Model S and the Model X at rather lower weekly rates of production, in the range of about 1,000 vehicles per week, and the Model 3 is its first mass market production vehicle upon which hopes for profitability have been pinned. Now, in other electrical vehicle announcements, BMW recently announced that it will build a new factory with electrical vehicle production capacity. BMW is in the process of working on its production lines so that its production lines can produce both electrical vehicles, plug-in hybrid electrical vehicles, and internal combustion engine vehicles. And presently, BMW is hot on the heels of Tesla in electrical vehicle production, but we need to put an asterisk there because BMW produces plug-in electric hybrids as well as pure electrical vehicles. So these are not all 100% clean energy vehicles produced in its electrical vehicle line, but certainly any movement toward increased electrical vehicle production is helpful. Now, this new plant is being built in Hungary at Debrecen, if I have pronounced that correctly, and it will have a capacity of up to 150,000 units per year in this mixed production frame. So looks like BMW is also looking to expand electrical vehicle production as it seeks to remain competitive with Tesla in this capacity. And that's going to be a tough act to follow because Tesla looks like it's involved in a major global breakout. So overall, it appears that there are some positive clean energy trends for today, and that's good news because we certainly do want responses to human-caused climate change, which is a growing global crisis, to continue to ramp up, and we need to be very keen on supporting clean energy because that's a major linchpin in the whole problem. So thank you for joining me, and I'll be chatting with you soon.